He turned water into wine, I turned whiskey into songs. Too many second chances, too many too far gones. Gave me grace along the way, took my heart and led me home. Don't you see, it's a God thing for me. Now I write songs about the heartland. My heartland's in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Heartland Journal podcast with Steve Abramowitz, editor-in-chief of heartlandjournal.com.
Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to the show. I'm Steve Abramowitz, and this is the Heartland Journal podcast. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and pass it around. We only grow with your help. Thanks for doing it. On this show, we are focusing on our nation today with always an interesting person making a positive change in our community, where I interview people who are making an impact and are lovers of truth. Today, we're talking with special guest Hudson Hensley. Hudson is a talented young actor making his mark on the big screen. Based in Los Angeles and Nashville, Hudson brings boundless energy, heartfelt emotion, and a natural screen presence to his performances. His breakout role appears in the major musical drama Song Sung Blue, in which he stars alongside Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. In Song Sung Blue, Hudson portrays a pivotal character offering a fresh, youthful voice to the story of music, love, and reinvention. He delivers a performance that reveals maturity beyond his years. Let's meet Hudson. Hello, young sportsman. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing great. Thanks for coming down from Nashville, right?
Yep.
All right, so 25 minutes south to our studios. We appreciate it. How old are you?
I'm 13.
Doesn't seem like 13 to me. Do you recognize that line I just threw at you, young sportsman, from the movie Say Anything?
No,
okay.
I do not.
Which that's a teenager movie back when I was a kid, so I'm going to have a lot of references for that from you from the 80s when I was a kid. Was there a teen actor that at that time it was John Cusack, but that you were watching right now that you aspire to?
Right now, I mean, yeah, I watch a lot of movies because I kind of have to. But yeah, I really, I mean, Ella Anderson, she was my co-star, but I grew up watching her stuff, like Henry Danger as like a little kid.
Okay.
And now I'm continuing to watch her stuff, which is really nice.
Was it a thrill to meet her in the
Oh,
person?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's fun. And so you say you have to watch a lot of movies. Do they give you movies to watch as like homework so that you can say, okay, act like him in this scene, like, or what do you, or you just do it for fun?
No, I just do it for fun. I mean, I love watching movies.
Right.
Yeah, I just, it's a great learning experience too, to see how others act and how others perceive roles.
So how at 13, like, how do you watch your movies? On an iPad, big screen, go to the theater? How are you seeing movies?
I love going to the theater. It's one of my favorite things to do. And yeah, I go to the theaters. Sometimes I watch it on like my computer, my phone if I'm like on the go. But usually it's in the theater or like my TV with my like dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you watching it like with an eye towards the acting, or are you just watching it, letting it wash over you like a fictional work of art?
I think it's a little bit of both. In some scenes, I really zone in and I'm like, ooh, that's really good acting because of how their lines are delivered and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to steal that delivery.
Okay, yeah, I see. Let them do the hard work for you, and then you copy it, which actors should act. When I was your age and even younger, that's all we did. We watched movies all the time at the theater, 70s and 80s. I thought it was something actors did that looked kind of easy. Is acting easy for you?
It's what I love doing, but it's not that easy because you have to really immerse yourself in the character and live that out, I think, and really dive deeper past the lines into how the character feels and how the character you think would act, and just acting is really one big like empathy thing, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
putting yourself in other people's shoes.
Mm-hmm. You gotta deliver the realism that you are that person. You can't just be Hudson pretending to be that person. You gotta be that person.
Yeah.
There was a thing called method acting. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
Yeah. So guys like Marlon Brando, they could get away with it, but the younger actors like Ken Norton Jr., for example, not Jr., that was a football player, but Norton, he became known as difficult to work with. So there was a thin line between like the old guys getting away with it and the new guys being hard to work with. Did you find that like there's a direction being made, like just act like this? Tell me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if you're method acting and I don't know if you watched Song Blue, but
I did.
Nice. But if you're method acting during those hard scenes, I don't want to spoil it, but perhaps like the hospital scene, you find yourself being like really like depressed and sad for like weeks. And that's what I found myself doing. And I'm like, okay. And then I researched and I talked to my co-stars. I'm like, how do you guys differentiate your own like lives and past the screen and also method act to performing your best on screen? And I talked to them about it, and they're like, yeah, so you want to method act, you want to implement, you don't want to method act, that's like a preference, but you want to implement things that you think the character would do in your own daily life, but don't make your whole daily life about that character. And even after those scenes, think to yourself like, yeah, that's not real, and like maybe listen to like a funny podcast or something after.
Yeah, or my podcast.
Yeah, maybe your podcast.
Well, that's interesting because I know like Heath Ledger, for example, who played the Joker, he went so deep and maybe it, depressed him psychologically for real. And a lot of actors did that. Even Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now went so far, he literally had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
And you want to be a happy young guy and have a day life, but you got to turn it on and off. How do you do it?
Really by spending some time by yourself and like looking at how you're gonna tackle a character. Like even before you start filming, don't just dive yourself into it.
Yeah.
And I really like kind of prepare myself. I read the script and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's one thing about acting, they don't do the script in chronological order at all.
Right.
Which kind of messes you up. I'm like, oh, I remember doing this scene before this scene.
Right. You have to remember what they did that morning, but not it was done 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Yeah.
So how do you turn it on and off?
Yeah.
Like a muscle, like you have to stretch.
Yeah, you really have to do that. And so after a scene maybe that I'm like really focused on, I kind of snap myself out of it. My my peers help me by like maybe watching my favorite show or something and going to bed and like talking to my parents or talking to my sister and doing that stuff. But in the morning, I'm like, okay, I got to get back into it. So I start listening to I create not podcast playlists for my characters.
Okay.
By listening to music I think they would listen to.
Oh.
So I start my day off with that, and I really just start maybe doing mannerisms that I think they do, and rehearsing my lines in the mirror. And on the car ride there, I'm really like thinking to myself and rehearsing my lines and just thinking to myself how the character would feel during what my daily life would be.
So in the example of the character you play in Song Blue, you're the stepson of a Neil Diamond interpreter, not impersonator, interpreter. Did you have any idea about that music? And so the boy didn't either, but he came to obviously love it very much. And the end scene is you singing it. Did you like start out with like, okay, I'm going to listen to thrash metal, but then I'm going to adopt this classic style and come to love it just like the boy himself does?
I kind of thought of him as, at first I was like, okay, I think he's going to listen to a mix between, I thought Dana had a really wide range of music taste. I listened to like Mozart a little bit because I was like, I thought that's what kind of, he was like so sweet and nice. And I also listened to some bands like, Pearl Jam and like Humble Pie I thought he liked. Okay. I love that kind of music.
Yeah, I'm from Seattle, so I definitely know Pearl Jam.
Nice. Maybe like a little bit of Alice in Chains.
Oh, yeah.
But, and then he slowly started getting into that more Southern rock and that the Neil Diamond kind of music. And as the scenes progressed and what scenes we were doing, I listened to different songs and I put more and more of Neil Diamond into my playlist.
Wow. Well, that's almost like a arc of maturity where you go from grunge and the kid stuff and getting in trouble, and then all of a sudden you grow up to mature Sweet Caroline and Song Blue. Well, that's fantastic. I love, next time I see it, when it is available, I'm going to look at it in different eyes. So do you actually study film, like film school or film classes? And what type of films do you like best?
Yeah, I do. I take acting classes. I take at Fourth Wall Acting Studio.
In Nashville?
In Nashville. It's a great acting studio. Also do a lot of theater.
Okay.
But yeah, I really study films. I have films that like I want to watch for like learning purposes, but I also have films that I want to watch for like just fun purposes and like relaxing, like action movies. Like I really like to watch if I'm like relaxing and like it's not that serious. But like dramas and thrillers, I really like to watch for learning purposes and seeing how characters interpret, seeing how actors interpret characters.
Interesting. So are there any on-screen old films that have 13-year-olds, so to speak, like, I'm thinking of Natalie Wood from, back in her day, Rebel Without a Cause. Is there any movie that you really love your current age being depicted that you look at as a study guide? Does that make sense?
Not really.
Like, let's say a 20-year-old movie that has a 13-year-old in it, and that actor, whether it be Natalie Wood, James Dean, anybody, how they played 13 in a movie.
Yeah, I look at Stranger Things is a great example of that, and I watched some of that, and I was like, wow, this is, and I felt that was really interesting because of how different those actors played 13.
Yeah.
Or like around like a teenager.
Yeah.
And how like different perspectives were cast upon that age, which was really interesting because you had like 5 actors in the same room, but portrayed their experience at 13 as so different.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a lot of movies. If I can think of a...
Yeah, for me it was like River Phoenix and Corey Haim, and he was in Lost Boys. It was guys that were basically my age at that given time when the movie came out to be like, I can relate to that person. I like that person. So for you, I'm just curious if there was a special 13-year-old James Dean or something that was like, I want to be like that. Or Jason Priestley from 90210. Or,
oh, yeah.
You know these, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, in the 80s, basically the U.S. box office did about $3 billion when I was a kid. That's how important it was. And by the 90s, it was $7 billion.
Yes.
Like it jumped huge. And that's inflation adjusted. So, but it's been in a slump lately, as you probably have heard. What do you think the business will be like going forward for young guys like you in the future? Is there just so many roles to choose from, or does it kind of feel like a slump?
Yeah, I feel like, there's so many different, there's so many movies being made right now that are not portrayed on the theater screen. And there's there's so many like jobs, even though we're in a slump, there's so many like people making indie movies and all of that stuff.
Or like Stranger Things for streaming.
Yeah. Yep. And for just people making indie, I don't think we're in a slump of I don't think we're in a slump of like how many movies are being produced. I think we're in a slump of how many people are interested in watching like really good quality movies and how and like movies that have been that have had a lot of energy poured into them. But I think as time goes on, I think more and more people will find interest in movies. And I mean, maybe not, because now we're seeing like YouTube and all of these other forms of media. I mean, like TikTok, Instagram, and people are gravitating towards shorter form videos.
There's a big difference between a movie and acting. You can act in a play, you can act in a 30-second TikTok video, you could act in a feature-length film that costs $200 million, like Doomsday, coming out soon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of content to be created for actors versus you're saying they're maybe releasing a few less on the big screen.
Yeah.
I actually went to a movie last night for the first time in a long time in the theater, and it was packed. It was actually sold out. My wife and I had to sit separately, so it could be coming back.
It could be coming back, yeah. But I think the drought is partly to do with how many short form and people's like attention spans like not being as much.
Well, that is true. Ever since I was a
Yeah.
kid and MTV came along, it got shorter and shorter and shorter,
Yeah.
and now we're into the 30-second TikTok. You're right. But you can have a whole
Yeah.
acting career by
Yep.
doing 30-second TikToks. You said your love for acting started when you watched the first Mission Impossible movie. What was it about Tom Cruise's performance that clicked with you? He was big 80s, 90s, and still going in the 2000s.
Yeah, it was just how different, like how the switch between him, like those drama scenes of him like realizing that he may not be able to do this mission, to him being an actor, being like jumping off of buildings, and 5-year-old me was like, oh my gosh, I can do these like intimate scenes where I can like really like heartfelt and really like serious scenes, but then in the same movie I can be like jumping out of planes, and my mind was just blown. I was like, whoa, I can actually like and if I could do this for a living, that would just be like my dream.
So when I was young, there was a dramatic actor who was a stuntman, Burt Reynolds,
Yeah.
and he is exactly like what Tom Cruise is today, where he's a leading man and a stuntman. But really, is that your goal? Do you want to buff up and be like, what's his name, Ryan Gosling now, who's doing a knockoff on The Fall Guy, which was a stuntman actor?
Yeah. Maybe not solely. I don't want to become like an actor that only does one genre, but my goal is to do a movie in every genre.
Okay.
I don't know if that's realistic or not, but
Sure.
that's
Learn Shakespeare. You can
my
do
dream.
it. He did it all.
Yep.
And Mel Gibson as well did
Yeah.
Hamlet and Lethal Weapon all in the same year.
But I would love to do some of the stunt movies. That'd be awesome.
Do you think you could manage a career 40 years like Tom Cruise did?
I would hope so. I would. Acting is what I truly love doing. Like in my heart, I just it brings me so much joy and so much like fulfillment when I see myself like on the big screen and people saying, "Wow, yeah, you did a great job," and like you were my favorite character in the movie, for instance. That just like brings me so much like joy and like fulfillment.
Wow. Did you watch yourself in the big screen at the premiere and say like, oh, I did a great job, or oh, I should have done this, that, or are you your own biggest critic?
I think I am. I think I'm a perfectionist. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I really could have done this better. That didn't come out like I wanted it to be, or that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it is what it is, and I'm just gonna put that criticism into my next movie and try to do that better.
Put it in the file for the next time.
Yep.
And how much creativity did the directors allow you? Like, do you feel like there were some things, and I don't want to get you in trouble, so you don't have to say it negatively, but do you think like, oh, I wish I could have done it like that, but they wanted me to do this, or something of that nature? Craig
Brewer is one of the best, is one of the, I think one of my favorite directors that I've worked with. But yeah, he gave us a lot of leeway and artistic, in our artistic view towards the movie. He gave us a lot of scenes where he gave me and Hugh a 5-hour improv scene.
Wow.
Just that we did constantly, and that was so much fun.
Yeah. Is he a gracious actor? Was he very helpful for you?
Oh my gosh, he was the best. He was, him and Kate were like so unbelievably kind and so gracious with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a child actor too, so she knows what she was getting into with you. That's really special to have worked with those caliber of veteran actors so early on. Because the movie came out this year, but you must have filmed it. You were 11 or 12. It had to be 2 years ago.
I was 12. We started filming in, I think, October of 2024.
And what was the audition like?
Yeah, well, it was not an in-person audition. It was a self-tape audition where I taped myself, which I think I prefer. Well, it's way less pressure because you can do as many takes as you want, which is nice. But the callback was I auditioned, and I was like, well, when I first saw the audition, I was like, I have to get this. This is with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson and Ella Anderson, and I'm like, these are people that I've like grown up and I've seen in like. And I mean, I've seen Wolverine a bunch of times. I grew up watching Henry Danger, and Almost Famous is one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
So I'm like, I have to get this.
Me too, actually.
What'd you say?
Me too.
Yeah.
I love Almost Famous, yeah.
Nice, yeah.
That's great. Did you tell her that?
I did.
And what did she say?
She was like, "Thank you."
Was she embarrassed because there's a little nude scene in there?
A little bit, but yeah, I was like, I have to get this. So I auditioned and I felt pretty good about it. But they didn't call me back for like 3 months, and I was like, dang it, I guess I didn't get it. But then a day before the callback, they were like, yeah, can you get on a Zoom with us? So I'm like, okay, I might have a chance. So the callback was over Zoom, and I performed my lines, and I was on a Zoom with the director, the casting director, the director of cinematography, sorry. And yeah, then I didn't get talked to for another 2 months, and then a week before they started filming, they were like, yeah, can you be in New Jersey in a week? So I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this.
All right. Well, wow,
Yeah.
what a shock. They strung you along for that long and then finally said, get on a plane. Okay. Well, what was your very first acting role, and how did you know this was something that you wanted to pursue?
Yeah, well, I first started acting in theater when I was, I think, 6 years old. I did it at my preschool. I was Captain Hook in in Peter Pan. And though I don't remember much of it, I remember like one scene because I was so tiny. But I remember the audience clapping at the end and me bowing, and like how great that felt. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't think this is just a dream. I like really want to pursue this, and if I can, that would be amazing. And once I moved to Nashville, I got a manager, and at the age of like 8, I didn't get anything. But then my first movie, it was shot in like 3 weeks. The Wild Man of Shaggy Creek. It was shot in Nashville.
Yeah.
And I was just like on set. I was like, this is so new. Like, what's this fuzzy scene? What's this fuzzy thing above me? And I was like, oh yeah, that's a boom. That's so cool. And everything was so foreign and so new.
This is 8 years old.
What'd you say?
This was at 8?
No, I was like 11.
But now you're 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And did your parents say
Sorry.
like, that's okay, no, you don't have to go to class. You go to do
Yeah,
that
I
movie
was.
thing?
I took some acting classes here and there, but I didn't really find one that I liked, so to say. But yeah, after I got the movie, I was like acting, and I was like, whoa, this is like so cool. I get to be this whole new character that I was that I'm like not in everyday life, and it was just so new. And seeing myself in that, I was like, whoa, I can actually do this.
You can. Yeah. You get to play pretend for a career. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
And you said you entered theater, or what were they, small local productions here in Nashville before film?
Yes.
Anything in particular that stands out?
Yeah, I did. I did a couple commercials. I did a commercial for Nashville Electric. I did a theater production of 13 Junior. I don't. It's the musical. I don't know if you know it, but
I know the movie 13. That was kind of a rough
yes.
movie. Okay.
Yeah. I did a musical adaptation of that. That was fun.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you can sing.
Yes.
Okay.
Sing.
Well, we'll have to wait for your singing debut on the big screen. You know, Hugh Jackman did that Greatest Showman on Earth, I think it was. That's he could sing.
Yes.
Who knew? So playing Dana Cartwright in Song Sung Blue. What was your like first day on the set like, and did it? Well, what was the experience? What was it like to pull off that character? Because that's a real person. It wasn't like it was a fictitious character where you could really take it any which way you wanted. You're representing a real human being.
I had the fortunate.
Was he there on the set?
I had the fortunate opportunity to meet him before filming, and that was like so great because I got the script and I was like, okay, there's about 10 different ways I can portray this character, and I don't know which way to go. But then I met him and I was like, okay, this is the way he is. This is the way. I got to meet him, and I was like, okay, these are his mannerisms. This is what he does, and I kind of studied him. I know it sounds like I'm a stalker, but
well, you got to portray an actor.
Yeah, and
did you like that? Did you guys get to be friends?
Yeah, we got to be friends, and we still talk today. It's really nice. I asked him, I like interviewed him. I guess I was asking him like, how what songs do you like, and that's what songs I put into the playlist. And how did you feel towards this scene, how were you feeling when Claire first brought Mike home, and like how were you feeling towards him then, and towards the end of the movie, before the accident, how did you like him, did you love him, what was your feeling, and then how did you deal with him being gone after
The mourning process, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have other actors in your family, or is it just you? Your sister, you said?
My sister does act. She does voice acting mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She's also a big dancer, so she dances at.
Parents, grandparents,
Yeah.
great-grandparents, anyone in that business?
No, actually,
Okay.
yeah.
That's all right. Did Hugh or Kate give you any advice that stuck with you?
Definitely, yeah. Hugh in particular gave me a lot of advice. So did Kate and Ella. But Hugh told me to like never change for anybody. Keep being humble and keep on being happy. And if you see yourself not really loving acting, then don't do it. Maybe take a break, because if it's you got to do what you love doing and what brings you joy in life. And that really stuck with me.
Yeah, I can imagine if you're shooting every 9 months for the next 10 years and you're going through these dramatic highs and lows, it can take a toll on you.
Yeah.
So taking a break is a great idea. Anything in particular that Kate said, like, if you want to do this long term, try this?
She was like, surround yourself with good people. And if somebody shows you that they're not a good person, like, take that and don't convince yourself that maybe they're a good person. But if they keep on showing you that, because you don't want to get screwed over. If they keep on showing you that they're taking advantage of you, don't be around them. Mm-hmm. And the key to like being a great actor and being and staying long term in the business is surrounding yourself with good people.
She's a little different than you. You know who her father and mother are?
Yep.
Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
So she comes from long-time Hollywood family, but on her own right, she stood out quite a bit. Not a lot of people even know that. She has a different last name, of course, Hudson, like you.
Yeah. The funny thing is, my mom's name is Kate, too, which is really funny.
All right. Well, is she married to Hudson? So is her name Kate Hudson?
What did you say?
Is she married to a Hudson? So Kate Hudson is her name too?
I'm not Hudson.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, so the film is described as a musical drama. Did you have challenges yourself musically, or were you already in that wheelhouse? You've been singing since you were
I've been
6?
singing. My dad really immersed me in that kind of music. Like my dad was born in the year 1960, so he's an older dad.
Uh-huh.
But he loves that music, and he played that music throughout. My first song that I really loved was "You Can't Always Get What You Want" by the Rolling Stones.
Sure.
And he was like, he taught me a lesson through music. He was like, you can't always get what you want. I couldn't have the pink one. The pink lollipop went to my sister, and I got the brown one that I didn't like as much or something. But yeah, he taught me that, and I was already in that kind of wheelhouse with Neil Diamond. I wasn't as familiar with Neil Diamond. I only knew "Sweet Caroline" like by Neil Diamond.
Sure.
But I did. As filming went on, I discovered more of his music, and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard this song, but I didn't know it was by Neil Diamond.
I got you. Okay. So once you were enmeshed in the content, you got to understand the artist better that the whole movie is based on.
And I love Neil Diamond because he's got songs for every mood. You're feeling sad, you listen to "I Am I Said." You're feeling happy, you listen to maybe "Sweet Caroline" to get you going. Song Sung Blue, you're going through a rough time, you listen to that. And if you wanted to become a little bit more happy. And Neil Diamond is a great artist I've recognized, and I still listen to him today. Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. There's a Michael Jackson movie coming out later this year.
Oh, yeah, I'm so hyped to see that. I'm like so excited to see that.
The Wild Man of Shaggy Creek. You playing Scott in that. So what's it like carrying a lead role versus the Song Sung Blue, where we'll call that a supporting role. It's an important role, but supporting, that's what it's described at if you look in the dictionary.
Yeah, it's very different. So, it was very different on set too, because The Wild Man of Shaggy Creek was it was like an indie movie. So it was way different. It was, we filmed it in a way shorter time. We filmed it in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
which was crazy.
The craft services, much less quality, right?
What'd you say?
The craft services are much less quality because the budget doesn't go to food.
I mean, it was great.
Major motion picture, you're going to eat good.
Yeah, it wasn't a 5-course meal, but it was great. It was good. I found myself snacking a lot, but they had to tell me no snacking in costume. You can't. But yeah, the difference was you had way less lines to remember, which was nice, but also being like, what am I trying to say here? People don't. When I got on set with Song Sung Blue, I'm like, oh, people don't act off of you, you act off of them, in a sense.
Yeah.
And in The Wild Man of Shaggy Creek, I kind of set like what the tone was for the scene. Because,
That's
I
why
was
it's called
the lead.
leading man,
Yeah.
right? They lead,
Yeah.
you lead, they follow.
Yeah. And which Song Sung Blue was a totally different movie as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, let
totally
me ask you
different
this.
genre.
So how is filming an independent film different from like the major motion picture studio from your perspective? Where did you see the biggest differences were?
Way less people in the indie film. There was like probably 10 people doing it, and there was probably 100+ people on set, and I was like, whoa. And everybody was like, do you need anything, like, constantly? And I was like, dang, like, I feel like a king.
Yeah, like the major leagues versus the minor leagues in
Yeah.
baseball. You don't have to carry your own equipment anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I had my own trailer in Song Sung Blue. I had like a big fridge filled with like all of my favorite food. Probably gained like 10 pounds. But yeah, it's like the amount of people and like the quality maybe of like the equipment. But I mean, I don't want to throw Wild Man Shaggy Creek under the bus. It was great.
No, it's an independent. There's a
Yeah, but it
difference.
was
You're
an
supposed to
independent,
tell that, yeah. So how was well, let's put it this way. When you were excited about the auditions for Song Sung Blue, what drew you to that project?
Yeah.
Before, did you know right away that it was Hugh Jackman and Kate Blanchett and Ella? Or?
They told me that.
So was that the draw, or was there something to that project?
That was part of it, but
This is for me.
Another draw was it's a movie about music. I'm in a band. I've been playing the piano for 9 years.
All right.
So I love music, and that was a really big draw because Neil Diamond is the 70s, and that's the music that I listen to, and that was a huge draw for me.
Got it. All right. That's cool. You know, back in the 70s, well, in the 50s, there was the Rat Pack, which was Sinatra and Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. Then there was the Brat Pack, which was the 16 Candles crew, the Weird Science crew, you know, all the young Hollywood folks at the time. Is there a current version of that for you right now? A bunch of young artists in the same age bracket that all kind of get together and end up being like in The Outsiders, where they all, you know, make movies together about today's stories?
I don't honestly think so because everybody's like so different. Like now they have their own thing going, but I mean, yeah, I mean there's people like that, but there's just so many people making music now. There's so many and there's so many successful artists. It's kind of hard to put like 5 people in one category because they're all so different.
Right. Last time I saw it, I think, was with like Adam Sandler and his comedian friends.
Yeah,
David
that
Spade
was yeah, and those comedian friends, they were in the same movies.
over and over and over again. Yeah.
But
so not one right now for you today.
not one right now because there's actors that are playing so many different roles and they're all going in different branches, which I think is great.
Okay. You're 13 and already have a pretty impressive resume. How do you balance homework, auditions, and just being a kid?
Yeah, well, from going home from Song Sung Blue, my parents had to kick me in the butt, and they were like, "Yeah, you gotta do your laundry now.
Back to the real
you
world,
gotta,
kid.
Yeah, go vacuum, go do your chores." But yeah, I got back into the real world with that, and then I got to see my friends, which was really nice because on set I didn't have any like friends with me, anybody my age, which was a learning curve for sure. Nobody my age like around me, but yeah, I'm also homeschooled, so I get to.
I was going to ask you that, yeah.
I get to. I do like 6 hours of school each day, but it's flexible. I can do it. I can do some in the morning and then some at like night. I don't have a set schedule that I have to be at school somewhere.
Yeah, I've had the honor of having Kirk Cameron on the show, and he was basically raised on TV at his age, where the tutor was on set because he did a TV show. You're doing movies, so it's 9 months on, 9 months off. You can kind of do this, and if you're already homeschooling, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Do you foresee something like that? Like, would you do a series and have a teacher come?
That'd be awesome.
That would interest you?
I did have a teacher on set for Song Song Blue. I'd have a teacher. She was awesome, and but I also assumed with my teacher back in Nashville that I have.
Was it just you or the other kid actors on the set too? Which I know they were a little older. The daughter, and the friend of I guess the two daughters.
Ella Anderson is actually 19.
Oh, so she
was 19, and King Princess. I don't know, but she's older.
Didn't need a teacher.
She didn't need a
So it was
teacher.
just you that.
So it was just
that.
me. Yeah.
All right, and that works for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's something normal you did this month that has nothing to do with acting?
Well, it's a good question. I had performance. I do this thing called School of Rock, not to be confused with a movie.
They have that in Seattle too.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a thing, and I'm in a Michael Jackson and band, and I'm in a Led Zeppelin band that I play the keys in, which is awesome. That I love doing, and you can talk to my parents. I go around singing and playing the piano all the time.
On Broadway?
Not on Broadway, no, but I just at my house. I go around singing and playing the piano.
Just one of those singing kids all the time. All right. Well, I saw you started a reselling business for vintage and streetwear, right? Is that you?
No.
All right, we'll take that out. Do you style yourself for auditions and red carpets, or is that just a whole other world?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really into fashion. I love fashion, but for auditions, they really like just like a bland T-shirt or a bland like polo shirt if you're like fancy. Nothing that draws attention away from like your acting in the auditions. But for red carpets, I did not style myself because that's I'm more like casual that I dress myself. But
Today you're very styling.
Well, thank you. This was yeah. My mom told me to wear this.
I only ever see 13-year-olds like that at church, so thanks for dressing up for me.
Yeah, but yeah, I do wear this to church.
Okay.
So yeah, I had a stylist come that was putting me like dressing me up because I don't know like what suits look good together and like how to and they like coordinated with the other actors, actresses. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to get Armani or Hugo Boss to start sponsoring you and throwing you stuff so you wear it to the MTV Music Awards and all the rest. Although that's canceled, so forget that one. So if you weren't acting, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't acting, I would probably I would be in school, going to school, and I'd really love playing baseball. Baseballs. I love sports. Yeah, I would probably be just a normal kid going to school, hanging out with friends.
A 13-year-old American
sports,
Nashville kid. Okay, all right. Yeah. When you're preparing for like an emotional scene, what's your process? I get the listening to music, whatever, but how do you actually just say action and then there you go? Do you have techniques that you've developed?
Yeah, for crying, I get myself in like a seat, maybe like this, if this would happen to like my parents, my sister, then how I would feel, and then I start crying and stuff like that. But also, like, how am I gonna like feed off of other actors, and how am I gonna let me rephrase this. How like I start crying after that, but how are the other actors, and how am I going to feel towards the other actors too? Like, and how am I going to put like my mother's face on Kate Hudson if like that would have happened to her, and that stuff. And I just have to really immerse myself in what if this happened, and kind of convince myself it did happen.
Yeah, that's the interesting part for sure. Because then 10 years from now, you're like, did that really happen or did it not really happen? It sure did look good on screen.
Thank you.
So what is the hardest part about acting that people don't see from the outside?
I think the switch from acting in a really emotional scene to going back and just living your everyday life and how different that is. And
so like when I think what I'm hearing you say is if you're an actor and people see you on the screen, they don't really understand that you're a person that has a real life in the day and a family and loves and hurts and concerns and a backstory. They think of you as Spider-Man. They don't think of you as Hudson.
Yeah, I think that too. But then also like after that, that is a great point. But also after like an emotional scene, like going back into your everyday life, or going after a movie, going back into your everyday life and being like, oh yeah, that's like just having two different like sides of you and having two like completely different parts of you.
I was going to ask about that, like going back to class after a big movie, what they would think of you, but you were homeschooled, so it's you just get to think about yourself the way you want to. Like nobody can really say like, I saw you on the screen, that was great. Or
yeah, I mean, I do have a lot of friends. With theater and everything, so yeah, they told me about that and stuff.
Yeah, but not the Breakfast Club type school where you go every day and it's like, hey, you're just Hudson here. Back there, you may be a big shot, but you're just our peer here. All right. Are there directors or actors that you're dreaming of working with next?
Yeah. Well, Tom Cruise would be awesome. Like, working with him because that's what really started my acting and my love for acting. We actually share the same birthday, which is
I'll be darned.
Crazy. But working with him would be awesome. And just actors that are maybe working on let me see. That is a great question.
Well, how about this? Is there a story out there that you know floating around Hollywood that you'd love to be a part of, like you did with Song Sung Blue? You knew that was out there. You waited for the audition for them to call you back. Is there something right now that you're like, I would love to be in Titanic 2 or whatever?
I don't really know what they're planning. I'm not in those circles, but another actor maybe like Ryan Reynolds. Mm-hmm. I like him.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Yeah.
You could be in Wolverine 3 with the two of them.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just all of the actors that are like really going right now. I just that'd be just awesome. Just I just want to do more movies and be in more things and just really like broaden my resume and like what movies I've been in.
Well, you mentioned your musical background and how you love music, and you chose Amadeus, I think you said, or was it Mozart, as one of the artists you listened to in prep for this character, Dana. Is there a biopic like the Michael Jackson one's too late now, that one's already done, but that you would want to do? You know, they've done Queen, they've done Elton John, they've done plenty of Beatles stuff. Is there one in particular that you'd be like, I'd really love to be in the Clash?
That'd be awesome.
What would it be? Is there one?
That'd be awesome. Like I know they did a Led Zeppelin one. That would have been awesome.
Yeah. Which is what Almost Famous is sort of a takeoff on.
Yeah. Leonard Skinner maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun. Okay. You do have some Southern roots. I was looking for that.
Maybe like the Allman Brothers.
Ah.
Like the Allman Brothers.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greg Allman. That story needs to be told. You're right. Would you ever want to direct or produce your own stuff someday?
Yeah. If I see a lot of actors turn directors, like Tom Cruise is starting to direct now. Mm-hmm. I've seen directors, actors turn directors, and that would be awesome. I just really want to stay in the business, you know?
Yeah.
And because, I mean, that might change, but it's what I love doing.
Yeah, I get it. So have you had your like pinch me moment yet where you couldn't believe this is your life?
Yes, for sure. When I first got Song Sung Blue, my parents first told me, I ran around the house screaming. Well, first off, I just like questioned, like, is this real? This can't be real, for like 5 minutes straight. And then I just ran around the house. I was like, what? For like 30 minutes. And then finally after then, I like kind of processed it. And I was like, I was like, this can't be real. Right. Like, I can't.
Now I actually have to do it.
Yeah, like, I'm actually, my dream is coming true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing. I mean, that's the best part right there, the joy and the just the glow that you have. What's one misconception people have about child actors that you want to correct?
That like we're all entitled and we think we're better than everybody. You know what I mean? Some child actors are like that, but I would like to think I'm not. And that we're also like real people, and we get that you don't like our character maybe in this scene or in this movie, but like we're not that person in everyday life. We're like Hudson, or we're so we're a different person, and like that. But also maybe that child actors are that grew up to be like really that go down a dark path. I've seen that happen, but like that's only like 20% or like 10% of all child actors.
Right.
Like
a lot of temptation out there.
a lot of temptation, but also child actors. But like the stories that people going down a dark path, I feel like are the only ones that get told, and the stories of like people not going down a dark path are the ones that maybe are not getting told.
Did you ever see the movie The Piano?
No, The Pianist?
No, The Piano.
The Piano.
She's the youngest actress to ever win an Academy Award. Any interest in trying to be the next youngest?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Is that something you aspire to? Is being an award winner at a young age as opposed to maybe into your older ages?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll keep an eye on that. What's next for Hudson Henley in 2026 and beyond?
Well, I'm really focusing a lot on my singing. I'm singing and dancing also. I'm taking dancing lessons. And I'm really focusing a lot on theater right now and getting better at that sort of world. I would love to be like a Hugh Jackman doing Broadway and screen acting. That's
Or if you get your wish and you work with Ryan Gosling, you could do La La Land too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
With Emma Stone. All right. Well, so tell us about the Nashville scene, since you represent your hometown, about, what productions or filming that could be interesting coming up.
Well, yeah, there's Nashville is a very musical town. Obviously, there's a lot of country music everywhere and that stuff. But I'm seeing a lot of more and more people move to Nashville from LA and bringing their influence on film and TV. And I'm seeing a lot more people show interest in film and TV. And that like dream of being in a movie is slowly coming true for a lot of people in Nashville, and people are sort of now noticing you don't have to move to Hollywood to become a big actor. You can stay in Nashville. You can stay in Kansas, for an example, because it's all online, and people are noticing now that everybody has a shot, really, if you have talent.
That's exactly right. Yeah, they're calling it Hollywood East as we speak, and trying to make Nashville a thing. All right. Well, Hudson, I want to thank you for your time. You were very articulate, so very wise beyond your years, from my opinion. We're at the end here, so tell everyone where they can find out more about you. Do you do social media? I bet you do.
Yeah.
And anything coming up that they can go see?
Yeah. Well, is this the camera?
Yeah.
Cool. Hi. I'm Hudson Hensley. You can find me on Instagram at the Hudson Hensley. You can see Song Sung Blue on Peacock. You can rent or buy it on Prime Video. You can see The Wild Man of Shaky Creek on Apple TV. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the podcast.
Awesome. All right. Well, hang on, everybody. I will be right back.
I'll write songs about the heartland. My heartland's in Tennessee.
Thanks for coming back. It's that time to remind everyone to please subscribe to heartlandjournal.com. That's how we grow and keep this content free for you. That is it for this episode. Thank you, Hudson Hensley, for reminding us Hollywood is still young and there is always a next generation of filmmakers and actors to make quality content and keep us entertained. Good luck on a long career and avoid those temptations. This is goodbye for now. I'm your host, Steve Abramowitz, editor-in-chief of heartlandjournal.com. See y'all tomorrow. Peace in our time and definitely glory to God.
Hi! Oh, you're so loving. Hi.
They're like human beings. You just get to develop such a close bond with that animal. I walk the dogs, clean their laundry, and just get chores around here.
Let me tell you a little about 13-year-old Hudson Hensley. He's a local kid who loves animals and likes to help out around Nashville Humane Association.
You don't mind sharing the spotlight with this dude, do you?
I mean, no.
Let me tell you something else about Hudson. He's a star in a big movie in theaters right now, one with Kate Hudson and Hugh Jackman.
I will be Hugh Jackman's stepson. I'm like, what? If I get this, I'm gonna be in a movie with the Hugh Jackman? I gotta get this movie.
So what is Song Sung Blue? Well, over the years, I've gotten to meet a lot of tribute artists. They're performers who deliver the songs and experience of seeing one of the music icons. The film Song Sung Blue is about the real-life couple Mike and Claire Sardina, who performed as Lightning and Thunder, a Neil Diamond tribute act. So after sending in a video and doing other audition stuff,
They called my mom up and they said, hey, we're gonna need you in New Jersey in a week. What? They flew me first class to New Jersey and I was there for 3 months. I was like, this is actually happening.
Was it everything that you were hoping that it would be?
Everything I was hoping to be and so much more. They were really just so kind to me.
and in the process, Hudson met the person he was playing, Claire Sardina's son, Dana Cartwright.
I asked him, was there anything that you thought I could have done differently? And he said, no, you did it absolutely perfect. And that was a really special moment that I shared with him.
One of the things I found from meeting tribute artists is no matter what struggles they're facing, they live to entertain. Because of this film, more people will know about Mike and Claire Sardina. And Hudson thinks that's pretty great.
I literally cried about 5 times when I first saw the movie. Yeah, I might be a little biased, but I loved it. Oh, good, sorry. You love the scratches. Oh, you love the scratches. Oh, you love the scratches.
Today, Hudson's back to his dog walking business and helping at Nashville Humane Association.
I have about 8 dogs that I walk regularly.
He wants to keep making movies.
Her ears are so floppy.
And he says what would be great is if he could use this platform in some way to help animals.
I feel like if I can inspire someone to, maybe adopt a cat or adopt a dog, that just means the world to me.
I'm Forrest Sanders, News Channel 5.
This kid is going places.
Yeah, he is.
Now we know why critics are raving about the movie.
Yes, it's
Sorry,
him.
Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. Wow, that's great.
I'm not a songwriter. I'm not a sex symbol. I just want to entertain people.
I don't want to be a hairdresser. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to garden. I want a cat.
I need something big. I need something new. What do you think?
You don't want to be a Neil Diamond impersonator. You want to be a Neil Diamond interpreter.
I was looking for the right way to say it, and you just came right out and said it.
Tell your mama, girl, we can't stay long.
We should call ourselves Lightning and Thunder.
We got things we gotta catch up on.
So you be lightning and I be thunder.
Yeah. Yep.
That is not very professional of me, but I've been wanting to do it for like a whole...
You really have to call him Lightning? It's kind of weird.
Anyways.
Okay.
My dad in Vietnam, sometimes he'd have to crawl over dead bodies. So yeah, he used to drink.
I could really use for you to tell me I'm doing the right thing.
I think you are.
Oh, I was scared you were gonna hit your head. Bad things happen over and over, and I just want to sing and I want to shine.
Say, can't pay you anything right now, that's all.
Came here for you, brother.
I wouldn't go any shorter than this. I wanted to ripple and wave when the wind blows my shirt.
Wind in a bar. How?
Like a leaf blower. Do you have one? Sure.
Sweet Caroline. The good times never seem so good. Oh, boy!
Papa, how you doing?
How am I doing? Huge.
I just disappear in the music. You two always know what to do.
I can't thank Neil, because every thank you I got belongs to you, doll. You're my August night, my September morn, you're my crackling Rosie.
Lightning and thunder!
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm, let's go.
All right. Welcome home. Look at this.
I didn't see that in Lakeside.
What do you think, Scotty? The deck, the yard, the woods, just for us.
Charlotte, Scotty met some new friends today.
That's fantastic.
Say cheese. I'm Haley. My older brother's kind of a jerk.
See you later, Wimp.
My therapist says it's because he's afraid of meaningful change. But wait, you have a therapist? My mom's a therapist. Oh, cool. I think I saw something last night. These are the Shaggy Creek Woods. Bad things have happened here. Kids have disappeared.
Keeping clear of the woods, new kid? You never know what might jump out of there. The wild man preys on wimps.
What's in the woods?
You should have seen your face, man. You're such a wimp.
I'll sleep in the woods.
Dude, what?
Oh my gosh. Man, you can't do this, Scott. The wild man is real, and you should be afraid of him. I might be a little scared, but that's exactly why I need to do it.
Scott, no.
Mom, this is really important to me. I need to prove that I can do it.
He's gonna be fine. He's not a boy anymore.
He's a wild man.
It's a long way to Nashville from that Napa Valley vine. Put me on a road less traveled. Lord, now I know why. God knew I'd get there in His perfect time.
Heartland Journal Podcast is the media property of heartlandjournal.com, where you can find news stories, commentary, and content serving the heartland of America. Any views or opinions represented on the podcast are personal and belong solely to the creator and do not represent those of the people, institutions, or organizations that the creator may or may not be associated with in professional or personal capacity unless explicitly stated.
Now I write songs about the heartland. My heartland's in Tennessee. Now I write songs about the heartland. My heartland's in Tennessee.